We probably just had the best day of biathlon racing in almost a decade. In the pursuit races on Sunday in Ruhpolding, we had two last lap battles for not just first place, but for the podium. So in today's video, I'm gonna break down the strategy behind the women's pursuit. Now, if you're looking for the men's race, you can find that here, so click this link here. But this video is just gonna be about the women. How's it going, biathlon fans? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Halligan. This is my YouTube channel about biathlon. So if you're a biathlon fan, hit that subscribe button, help me clean that 5K subscriber target. And now let's dive into the women's race. Now, bib number one here is obviously the winner of yesterday's sprint, Ingrid Tandrevold from Norway. Now, not only is Tandrevold one of our fastest skiers on the World Cup this season, but she's posting an 88% shooting record, which makes her one of the better shooters on the World Cup. Ingrid is currently ranked second overall, and this season she's having a breakthrough performance and is really stepping up for Norway and filling the void after their two superstars retired 2 seasons ago. Next to Ingrid, we have Vittozzi from Italy. Lisa is currently ranked 4th overall in the World Cup standings, thanks in part to her elite 94% shooting status. Now, Lisa has a really interesting backstory where she ranked in the top 3 overall many seasons ago, but after suffering a performance lull, specifically in the shooting where her shooting tanked for a few seasons, she made a great comeback last year to finish 3rd overall, and now is many people's favorite to win the Crystal Globe at the end of this season. Now, skiing with these two favorites, we have Juni Arnklev from Norway. The 24-year-old is boasting above average shooting and skiing. She has already placed 3rd in a race earlier this season, and as impressive as that is, that's not really gonna match Vittozzi and Tandrevold, who actually have already won multiple races this season. Let's see how it plays out.
She's never won. She has been on the podium. She achieved that in the first round of the World Cup this season in Östersund. Biathlon first to strike. No misses so far. Watch for the red flashes. That's 9 out of 9. 12 out of 12. Are they all going 5 with 5? They all.
All right, so all 3 of them shot clean, and now it's gonna come down to a ski race. Now, when we looked at the stats, Ingrid Tandrevold now has the advantage on the skis as our fastest athlete in this trio. Now, the first thing that I look for is who has the better skis, because that is going to play a huge role in this race. The approach to the finish line here comes off of a flat after a major steep downhill. So if you're an athlete that doesn't have great skis, you could be dropped on that downhill and not even have a chance to fight for the win. Now, they all have Salomon gear on. Now, that doesn't really make a difference because they might have different grinds and, they might be using different styles of Salomon ski. But right off the bat, it actually seems like Juni Arnklev has the best skis. Now, Vittozzi has decided to sort of take it out, but you can tell that they're all going pretty easy. No one is going full tilt. And you can see here that Juni makes her way to the front. Now, I think, again, a lot of that has to do with her skis. She looked like she was just sort of passing people on that downhill and didn't look like there was too much of a draft effect. Now, we're gonna see the first major climb here up and over the hill, and we're gonna see if anyone wants to make an attack here and pull away. Now, it's pretty interesting that Juni has made her way to the front here as the weakest skier of the trio. I don't see her being able to strike fear in the heart of her competitors here, so it's kind of interesting that they're letting her lead. I wonder if this is just a bit of inexperience where she just naturally made her way to the front and the other two sort of let her go. Now, here's the first major climb. We can see Lou Jomino in the background, but she's not going to be a factor here. It's all going to come down to these 3. They got good rhythm in the V1, and quite frankly, it looks like Lisa Vittozzi on the outside has the best chance here. She looks like she's nice and calm and comfortable, where the other two look like they are sort of wavering a little bit. So now, after they make this major descent, there's another climb. Now, here's an interesting race strategy. Vittozzi chooses to stay out of the track where the other two go in the track. Now, could be a difference between the snow inside and out of the track. So apparently Vittozzi decided that she likes the skis outside of the track a little bit better, and obviously it worked. They did break away from her a little bit on the downhill, but she stayed with them. No carnage around that sharp turn, and now Vittozzi is starting to make her way. She doesn't want to get boxed in behind Arnklev if she feels like she's going to be able to make a move. The 2 Norwegians have sort of commanded the trail, and this is where someone's gonna make an attack. The last climb up and over the top, and then the big downhill. This is an actually interesting place to make your attack because we have that big downhill, and if you make your attack now, you have to break away and have some separation. If Tandrevold can stay with Vittozzi in her slipstream, then this attack is gonna be all for nothing. Kind of as expected, Arnkelev is falling back a little bit. You can see the coaches trying to get her to go, but Vittozzi's push up, not just up the hill, but up over the top to create this little bit of separation. This is what you need, and quite honestly, she probably needs even more, as we'll see. Unfortunately, Arnkelev is out, and now it's gonna be a race between Tandrevold and Vittozzi. Let's see who's got the better skis. Oh, that was actually a really early stand-up by Vittozzi. I would have liked to see her stay in that tuck a little bit longer. You saw Tandrevold stay in the tuck, and she coasted right up next to her. Again, Vittozzi stands up pretty quick and starts using the poles. Tandrevold stays low and is able to tuck right up behind her. Stay low, don't catch the wind. A little bump over the top. I love to see the coaches cheering them on here. Vittozzi is continuing to push. I think she has a little bit more life. I love the free skate from Tandrevold. Keep it in there. Keep it tight. You got to make your move. Now here is the interesting strategy. We got the straightaway, and it's a little bit of a right-hand bend for them to the finish line. Now, this is what I don't understand. Why is Tandrevold going in on the inside? Because if Vittozzi takes the straightest line, she can take the left-hand lane from her perspective, and she can box Tandrevold in. So Tandrevold has to make the attack right now. Tandrevold realizes she's not going to make the move, but now what is Vittozzi doing? Vittozzi goes for the middle lane, and she gives Tandrevold the opportunity to make the pass here if she wants. I think Vittozzi should have stayed on that trajectory and taken that left lane and really made Tandrevold go around the outside. But as you will see, it doesn't matter. And Vittozzi is able to hold Tandrevold off with a great speed at the end, and she is obviously elated by that. Now, it's funny because Tandrevold even mentions in her post-race interview that she did not attack soon enough. She attacked at 90%, but she should have gone right at 100. And she also mentions that she wasn't really sure which lane Vittozzi was going to take. Again, I think Tandrevold should have stayed right behind Vittozzi, and once she got the opportunity to move to the outside, to her right, she should have gone for it, because the worst thing that Vittozzi could have done in that instance would have tried to push her out to the outside. But is Vittozzi really going to actually try to make that move and ski all the way over to the outside lane? I don't anticipate Vittozzi would have been planning on going from that inside lane all the way to the outside. But wow, this was just an absolutely thrilling event. We've had a few close biathlon races this season already, but we haven't seen anything this tight where we have first, second, and third place all leaving the range together. Now, no spoilers, but obviously the men followed up this amazing biathlon race with an even more amazing biathlon race where we had 9 athletes coming into the last shooting who had potential to win. So if you want to see my breakdown of that last lap, check the link here and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this type of biathlon content. Until next time, we'll see ya.